Hello friends, myself Pramod Shahaji Phatak, Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry, late Pushpadevi Patil, Arts and Science College, Risod. We have seen in last lecture the introduction about crystal field theory. Also we have seen the postulates of crystal field theory and introduction about the crystal field theory. Now here is some assumptions of crystal field theory. The central metal cation is surrounded by the ligands which contains one or more lone pair of electrons. The ionic ligand like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. are regarded as point charges, and neutral molecules like water, ammonia, etc. as a point dipoles. The electrons of ligands does not enter in metal orbital. Thus there is no orbital overlap takes place. Okay. And the bonding between metal and ligand is purely electrostatic. We have seen these in detail in postulates, but here is the revise the postulates of this crystal field theory. Now today we are going to see the orbitals and the shape of orbitals. Here is the our 5d orbitals and having their shape. First one is the dx square minus y square, then dzx square, dxy, dyz and dxz. Okay, dx square minus y square is lying on the x-axis and y-axis. Dz square is fully lying on the z-axis. Also dxy is in between the x-axis and y-axis. Likewise same the dyz is in between x-axis and z-axis, and dxz is lying between y and z axis. These are the shapes of d orbitals. Okay, here is the colorized picture of these d orbitals: dx square minus y square, dz square, dxy, dxz and dyz. Here is the 3D pictures of these d orbitals. To understand the CFT, one must understand the description of the lobes. These are the lobes of this d orbital dxy. Okay, firstly we will see the dxy. This one, lobes lie in between the x and the y axis. Okay, suppose this is the x axis and this is the y axis, so this dxy is in between the x axis and this y axis. These two lobes, this blue colored and this is the yellow colored, these two lobes are in between the x axis and y axis. Then dxz lobe, okay, dxz lobe lie between the x and z axis. This is the both the lobes lies in between the x axis and z axis. Then the dyz lobes lie in between the y and z axis. These two are lie between the y axis and z axis. Now next one, the dx square minus y square lobes lie on the x and y axis. Okay, both these are on the x and y axis. This is the x axis, this is the y axis. So these x and these orbital on the x and y axis, and the z square, there are two lobes on the z axis and there is a donut shaped ring that lies on the xy plane around the other two lobes. Likewise, these two lobes are on the z axis, so it gets this donut shape structure. This is the description of d orbitals. So it is clear from the above picture, the 5d orbitals are not identical, means they are the different orbitals. Okay, these 5d orbitals are different, not identical. These are divided into two sets depending upon their orientation. Okay, these two are divided upon their orientation in two sets. Three from the orbitals, namely dxy, dyz and dxz, have the same shape and their lobes point between x, y and z axis. Okay, from the above 5d orbitals, the dxy, dyz and dxz having a same shape. These are not identical but having a same shape. So, and they are lying in between the x, y and z axis. These are referred as T2G. Okay, these three d orbitals having in one shape or one set, and it is called as the T2G, means this is named as the T2G orbitals. dxy, dyz and dxz, these three are the T2G orbitals. The group of two d orbitals, namely dx square minus y square and dz square, point along the axis and have different shapes, referred as EG. Okay, these three dxy, dyz and dxz is referred as T2G, and the remaining dx square minus y square and dz square, these are the on different axis and having a different shapes. So these two dx square minus y square and dz square are referred as the EG orbitals. Okay, these are the EG orbitals, dx square minus y square and dz square. These two orbitals is EG orbitals, and dxy, dyz and dxz, these three orbitals having one set and they referred as T2G orbitals. This is most important. You have to know the EG orbitals and T2G orbitals, because electron filling is totally depends on these two sets. Okay, these 5d orbitals are divided into two sets. These are the EG and T2G, or T2G and EG, and our electron field is only in these two orbitals. Now we are going to see the next part, that is the crystal field splitting in an octahedral field. Okay, we have learned in last semester the geometry of your compounds, or in first unit of your syllabus, that is the coordination compounds, and from this coordination compound you have learned the geometries of different complexes. Okay, so in that you have learned the different geometries like octahedral, tetrahedral, square, planar. So today we have to see the splitting and the filling of electron in octahedral field. So here is the one diagram. Here you can see these 5d orbitals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are your d orbital electrons. Here is not filled electrons, but here is the empty orbital. For your kind information, these 5 empty orbitals are your d electrons, namely the dxy, dyz and dxz, and 2 dx square minus y square and dz square. So both when they splitting into T2G and EG, these three set dxy, dyz and dxz having a one set is referred as T2G, and dx square minus y square and dz square is referred as the EG orbital. Okay, so this is the splitting up your octahedral compound when the force is applied and to this d orbital, so it gets splitted into these two sets, that is T2G and EG. So we will here see the octahedral field splitting. So EG refers the higher energy set of orbitals, that is dz square and dx square minus y square. T2G refers the lower energy set of orbitals dxy, dyz and dxz. Okay, the distance between these two sets, that is T2G and EG, is del, and this 0 not a 0, this is the octahedral, del octahedral or 10 dq. Both are having the same del octahedral and 10 dq, the energy separation between these two levels. Okay, the energy gap between these two orbitals is del octahedral or 10 dq. The EG orbitals are repelled by an amount of 0.6 del octahedral, and the T2G orbitals to be stabilized to the extent of 0.4 del octahedral. Okay, from this set this is the 0.4 del octahedral, and from this point to this EG is 0.6 del octahedral. Here is the splitted diagram of the splitting up octahedral complex dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. This is the degenerate d orbitals of free metal ion. This is the degenerate d orbitals at higher energy level of crystal field, and this is the splitting dx square minus y square, dz square. These are having the 0.6 del octahedral, and dxy, dyz and dxz. This is the T2G orbital is 0.4 del octahedral, and total distance between these EG and T2G is del octahedral or 10 dq. Today we have stopped here. The next part of this is discussed in next chapter.